Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader, your guide to a clearer perspective. Pisces, this is your reading, your abundant and beneficial reading from the universe. I will continue to talk with my guides and channel as we go. But let's get started right away. We have the Prince of Cups for the energy that the universe sends you this week. This is a really interesting energy. It's idealistic, it's artistic, it's romantic, and it's questing for that spiritual. It's questing for a deeper connection. Sometimes he's read as questing for a love interest, but I believe we're talking in this case about that connection to spirit. And whatever it is that you're needing to feel, there's like a gap or a yearning that's going on, and we're trying to close that gap. And that's what this Knight of or Prince of Cups is representing for you. Now, we've got the Five of Wands for the way you respond to this. And this is a playful card, but it is still a conflicted card where you kind of know what you need to do, but what you're actually doing is not what did I say? It's like you know what you need to do, but you're conflicted about doing it. And so then you end up doing things that conflict with the thing that you want to do. So instead of following that one purpose, that one connection within and up, or however, wherever you see the divine, I always see it as above me or up, but that place, that quiet space you need to enter, you're just kind of not there. I mean, this is a very in-between worlds. He's kind of in this liminal space in a twilight. He's in the twilight zone. I don't mean that literally, but he's in a twilight place, a kind of space between worlds, between states, and this is broad daylight, right? So you may be feeling this deep in those quiet moments, but in the daylight, in the normal running of the day, you're out there, but you're feeling a pull. You're feeling a pull to be out in the day doing what you usually do, but then there's something else that's kind of tugging at you like, this isn't it, this isn't everything, this isn't enough. So there's a little bit of that war with yourself. I don't think it's going to be too hard to disengage, but there's also kind of that fear of letting other people down, of not being there for them, thinking that you have to show up in a certain way, yet your soul is calling you another way. So let's keep going with this because it's really interesting. We've got Three of Wands and the Strength card, and she's meeting this Five of Swords. So this is you sensing that you do need to go in a different direction. You've been looking for a new source of inspiration, whether it's literally travel or whether it's some kind of some kind of metaphysical travel. I tried to say both of those words at the same time, didn't quite work. So some kind of metaphysical travel where you're actually either astral projecting or visiting other worlds or trying lucid dreaming. Like that kind of journey can also be the idea of a journey. But this is some place where you know that your vision needs to be changed. You know that what you've been seeing, the landscape you've been seeing, that everyday things you've been involved in just aren't doing it anymore. And we have the Strength card next. And I believe she comes as encouragement to say to you, you know what? You've got to stand up for what you're feeling. You have to be willing to follow your heart and go where you're being pulled to go. And again, this may not be a literal trip or changing of place. This may be trying something new. We talked a lot last week about creativity, and you've still got it showing up in this Three of Wands as well as the Prince of Cups. These are both creative energies here. So it's saying, you know, you've really got to stand up for yourself and know that this is the direction you have to go. The problem is we've got this Five of Swords. So it's coming in as the energy of doubt, and it's either self-doubt or doubt from others, external doubt that feeds then your self-doubt. So I guess the final destination is always self-doubt. And, you know, maybe what are you doing? You're crazy, or this isn't the right time, or just something telling you that you're not anything special, that you're not that special creative force, or that you don't really have anything interesting to say. There's just some kind of doubt, or maybe what you want is impractical. It's just kind of that naysaying energy. And what this energy is actually saying to you is, I'm afraid of change. I'm afraid of transformation. I'm afraid for things to be different. So I need to put you in a little box so that I know one part of my world is not going to change. And again, this may be an external voice, or it may be an internal voice, or it may be an external voice speaking to an internal voice. It kind of ends up in the same place. But either way, something is taken from you. See that little figure in the back? It's kind of talking to me into this red dress here. Something is taken away. Your heart's voice is deadened a little bit, or it's dampened, or it's kind of cotton wool is put in it. Something is taken away from you every time you listen to that kind of voice, because it's not in line with your truth. It's not in line with your heart, and it's not in line with what you actually know you need and what you know you're craving. So let's look for some advice. We're always looking for some advice. We've got the Two of Wands card. And the big advice here is look to the future. And see, we've got Two of Wands, we've also got Three of Wands, so we've got them in sequence. How do you want your future to look? If you have a quiet moment, try to put yourself in some imagination to, if I followed my heart's desire, if I follow where I'm going, if I close the gap in that yearning, what would my life look like? How would I feel? If I continue to listen to these voices of doubt, what's my life going to look like? So that you can make the best choice for your future, or for your present, so that you can make the best choice for your present, look for the future. Look to see how you want your future to be. Who do you want to be running your future? Your heart or the voices of doubt? Which way is it for you? Do you want to stay small and limited, or are you ready to be big and expansive and exploratory? Explorationing? Okay, I'm inventing New Englishing right now. I guess my direction should be some speech therapy. But you get what I'm saying. This is all about creating the future that you want, not the future that everyone else wants or anyone else wants. It's closing the gap between you and your calling. So questions about that, let me know. I always love to hear from you. You know that as well. And I wanted to tell you that this is the last week for the New Year / solstice readings. These are special kind of one-time offer readings to empower you with some positive insight for the new year. And if you've been on the fence, you still have a little time. Please check out in the description below, there's a direct link. And I look forward to seeing you next time on True Guidance Tarot, and have the most amazing week.